How do you stay safe? You stay safe by recognizing the red flags early on so you don't get hurt or waste precious time with people whose intentions don't match yours. And I just want to say that everybody wants what they want. There are people who are online who just want a sexual relationship. There are people who want a situationship. There are people who want friends with benefits. There are people who are dating and want multiple partners. All of it is fine, but if it doesn't match what you're looking for, then it's not right for you. So I want you to be able to recognize not only people who are misaligned with their intentions, but people who might actually be unsafe for you in other ways. So I'm going to be sharing the top 5 online dating red flags to look for before you even agree to meeting somebody for a first date. Red flag number 1 is posting a vague or incomplete profile. When someone's profile has no photos or just one picture, or they haven't written anything in their bio, or their bio is super sparse, like ask me later, I'll fill this out later, it could be a sign that they're trying to hide something. And whether or not they're on the app to catfish or hide secrets, an incomplete profile is also a sign of lack of effort or low effort. And you want to date somebody who's put some effort and attention into their profile. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be beautifully written prose. But if they haven't posted a picture and they haven't written anything in their bio, they haven't put any effort in at all. So that would be a swipe left for me. Red flag number 2 is sending sexy messages or focusing only on your appearance. If the person you match with sends you a message that has anything to do with getting physical right away or focuses only on what you look like, for me, that's a clear red flag. Another red flag is if they ask you to send more photos right away, especially sexy photos. Both of these things are signs that this person is only interested in what you look like. They're going to objectify you. They want a sexual relationship. And again, if that's all they want and that's all you want, go ahead. But if it's not what you're looking for, block and delete and move on. Red flag number 3 is becoming irritated when you don't reply right away and or over messaging. Beware of the person who texts 3 times for every text you send or gets annoyed when you don't respond back immediately. And here's an example. Good morning. 1 hour later. How you doing? And now you're at work, you can't respond yet, and they send another text. Oh, you're not going to respond? Now they're getting anxious and pushy, and you're getting annoyed. You know, you could have just said you didn't like me, and this is where it goes into yikes. You're at work, you're not texting people. So while over-texting might be a sign of excitement or anxiety, it could also be a sign of manipulation and controlling behavior. It's important to say something right away if somebody texts you in this manner. And if they don't respect your wishes, it's time to walk away. People who send angry texts when you don't respond immediately are exhibiting signs of harassment and verbal abuse, and those are big red flags. So there's a difference between anxiety and over-texting and when you speak up and they respect your boundaries, and then the people who don't respect your boundaries and get really angry and abusive. Red flag number 4 is asking you to get off the apps too soon. When your match wants to move the conversation off the dating app to a phone call or a date after one message, and usually that phone call is on WhatsApp, and usually it's when they're not in this country, or they're working in the army overseas on an oil rig or whatever, or they want to follow or friend you on social media. I totally am against that. You don't know them, and too much information too soon can lead people to misunderstandings. So those are all red flags for me. If you tell them you're uncomfortable with these requests and they begin to pressure or harass you, that's when it becomes a huge red flag. So the first, maybe somebody is excited, they want to get off the app, and you just say, I'm uncomfortable. That could be a yellow flag if they respect you, but if they don't respect you and they pressure or harass you, that's when you want to block and delete this person. Red flag number 5 is expressing negativity in their profile. Stay away from profiles that include statements like swipe left if you fill in the blank. There's so much negativity online. I don't date people who fill in the blank. Negativity is a turnoff, and while it's important to have standards for dating, for who and how you want to date and relate to other people, there will be time for taking a stance on the things that are important to you once you start to get to know somebody. Your profile is for what you do want, not negativity about what you don't want. So steer clear of the angry, negative, don't message me if profiles. I'm going to share 9 more online dating safety tips so you can protect yourself when you're dating. Number 1, I recommend that if your name is easy to Google, and this is somebody whose spelling is unusual and there aren't that many of you in your town, or someone like me where if somebody Googled my first name and my career, they would know everything about me because they could find me easily online. So if that's the case, then use a nickname on your dating profile or a screen name on certain dating sites. It becomes harder for people to look you up on social media or on Google. Number 2, don't be afraid to say no if you're not ready to beat up. I want you to express your preferences, and so stay safe by really following what works for you. Number 3, have your own transportation to the date, and if possible, don't walk to or from the date. You want to really stay safe. Number 4, tell a friend or relative the details of your date. Number 5, meet in a public space. This is pretty obvious. And number 6, never put yourself in a situation where you're alone with a stranger. And that means don't let them come back to your house or pick you up. They're going to know your address, and that's pretty scary. Number 7, use a burner phone if you're afraid to give out your phone number. Your phone number has a lot of information attached to it, like often your address and your last name. So use a Google Voice number if you are in the United States or a place where that's available. Number 8, have a FaceTime or Zoom icebreaker date before meeting somebody, especially if they live a distance away. That was much more common during COVID when people couldn't see each other in person for a while. But I believe that if you're more comfortable with a face-to-face connection, you can also do it on the app. There's many of the apps like Bumble have an option to have a video date. I just like to meet people as soon as possible and see what they're like in person, because sometimes these icebreaker dates they're not going to give you the right information. So if you're really nervous, you can do it, but I recommend just get out there, do all the things to keep yourself safe and meet in public and see if there's a good energy between the two of you. And number 9, most importantly, trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is, and you don't need a Google search to confirm what you're feeling in your gut about this person. I believe, like, if somebody's inconsistent and you're feeling really weird about somebody, just move on, because there's so many other people out there. Online dating is a wonderful way to connect with people that you would never meet in real life, and starting a new relationship can be really exciting. But the one thing it should always be is safe and feel good to you. And if you are finding online dating difficult to navigate and you would like to finally find your person, online or offline, I invite you to join my course. Registration ends on Monday. Find Love Online After 40. If registration is closed, just put your name on the wait list to be the first to be notified the next time the course is given. I don't know when that will be, because I'm going to be teaching some other courses in the next few months. Learn more about the course by clicking the link below, and I hope to see you in the course because it's full of really valuable information. Here's to your last first date.